Okay. But not right.
Okay. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to spend a few minutes familiarizing you with these cameras. And I want to give you some just basic help on shooting these things. So, hang on just a second here. Then I'm going to give you some guidelines on how to shoot well. And then we're going to do something.
Hey, Al.
Sir.
Did you see the email from Jeff?
From who?
From Jeff about this rack?
Yeah. Yeah. What about it?
Nothing, I just wasn't sure if it was...
Yeah, we're okay. It's, I just got to run it off the remote here.
Thank you.
Oh,
Not
She caught us.
I'm doing a blog on this.
I didn't do anything. Oh, this is power.
All right.
Don't show us.
All right, here's what we're going to do. I want to talk just for a few minutes about your cameras and how I have them set up and how you will operate them. Let's start first with what I call the big cameras, the big Canons, okay? Now, all of these tapes, it's not necessary. I'm going to use some numbers and some stuff like that. Don't even worry about memorizing them. We'll come back to them over and over again. All of these cameras are HD, which means they're high definition cameras, as opposed to SD, which many of you probably are shooting whenever you shoot a home video camera or something. If you haven't bought it in the last year or two, it's probably SD. The difference between HD and SD is that HD has much more information. It's the difference between an old analog television and an HD television. One has a lot more lines of resolution than the other, and I mean a lot more. And later this week, maybe we can talk a little bit about what this means to you when you're shooting, because it does mean a lot. The way that you shoot things with HD could really matter. These cameras, and practically all cameras, have these functions. So those of you with these cameras, look along with me and help your partner. The first thing for you to know is that this is a microphone. It's called a shotgun microphone. Shotgun microphones are very much like zoom lenses on a still camera. A long lens. Shotgun microphones are generally used for a couple of things. One is to get close-up sound on things. So for example, if you were interviewing me from this far away, you'd certainly want a shotgun microphone because it works directionally. There are 2 or 3 kinds of microphones. One is a directional microphone. One is an omnidirectional microphone. Usually those are lapel microphones, the little mini. Those microphones, omnidirectional means that it captures sound from many directions. There are cardioid, which is almost exactly what it sounds like. It's a heart-shaped kind of pattern above the microphone. So a cardioid pattern would be sort of like that. Wide on the sides, a little more narrow at the top. But a really good functional shotgun microphone is a valuable tool, okay? The handheld microphones that we have in your bag there, these are just everyday work microphones. And we'll give you a price list later if you're interested in buying stuff. This is just a worker bee microphone. It's got a built-in windscreen and all that stuff. You can use them for everyday interviews. Okay? So that's all you need to know about microphones for tonight. Okay? It's a shotgun microphone, and it's good for directional stuff. It's not good for omnidirectional. The shotgun microphone, and everybody do this with me, if you have one of these, the big Canons, has a plug like this. And what you'll do is you'll snap it into this top audio jack right here. So just snap it in, and you'll actually hear it click, and there it is. Both of these switches here, you'll see channel switches. I've got it already switched on there. You don't need to change a thing. The one thing I would like for you to do is to look at this 48-volt switch on the front, and I'll tell you what this is. I want you to make sure the 48-volt switch is turned on. That's this one right on the front. Make sure it's turned on. Now what that is an auxiliary. So if the shotgun, there's a little battery, a little AA battery inside the shotgun itself. If that battery were to go bad, if you have this little attenuator turned on, the shotgun will run off of the camera battery. Okay? So how many times have we ever lost interviews? Those of you, I mean, because we forgot to change the batteries out. Cajillions. So, this is a pretty good long life battery in these things. So make sure you've got the audio attenuator turned on always. That would be one piece of advice. Okay, over on the other side, if you don't have the viewfinder out, all you do is press this little open button. The viewfinder comes out and flips up. Go ahead and do that. For those of you with the 20s, I'll go over yours with you in just a second. Now the next thing you're going to do is you see this dial right here. And what you're going to do is you see that there's a little indent. We call that a detent button. And you need to press that detent button in, and when you do, you can turn the dial. Does that make sense to you? So press in that detent button, and like if you'll look at the icons on there, I'll tell you what they are. A is, anybody want to guess? Automatic. Automatic is pretty much what it sounds like it would be for almost everything, but that's not the one we're going to use tonight. M is manual, and what that means is that everything goes manual. Manual focus, manual audio settings, everything goes manual. Later in the week we might want to try something with manual, but not tonight. The one with the little man on there, that's a spotlight setting. That's if you're shooting video of somebody who's standing in a spotlight, hot light. And then the one with the moon is nighttime setting. It's not quite infrared, but it's pretty good nighttime setting. But what I want you to do for tonight is just put it on what I call the idiot button, the green, which means everything goes fully automatic. And don't even worry about anything tonight. I just want you to put it on green. So everybody just shoot on green tonight, even if you're pretty skilled.
That's square.
That's the green square. Okay, and I've got everything set up for you, so all you gotta do is shoot green tonight. Here is your zoom button here, wide and tight. It's the little toggle switch on the shotgun side of the camera. And I've already got your, as you'll see, there's a switch called markers. You'll see a little marker in your screen. It says level. It is how you determine whether or not the shot is level. And I've got all your screens already set, so all you got to do is just go with it tonight. But you will be able to see, now that your camera is turned on, if you touch your shotgun, you should be able to see audio jumping in those audio meters. Okay, just touch your shotgun like this. See? Everybody got audio jumping? Good. All right. Okay, you're pretty much good to go then. There are a couple of ways to turn on and off, but the one that I would prefer that you use is keep your hand like this when you're shooting and use your thumb. So you'll rotate by pressing that button, turn it on and off, and you'll see a red indicator come on your screen. You do not have tape loaded yet, so what I need for you to do is to jump in your box and get a tape if you haven't already done that. And what you're going to do is right here it says open eject. Just open it, drop it in, and then close it. I'm going to let you do it from here out. Okay? It will automatically close and fall down. Go ahead and do it again. Push it in. No, push in the tape. Yeah, push in the tape first. Sit right there. You go. And now, once it falls down, close the box. Okay, is everybody successfully loaded? Okay, who's having a problem? Raise your hand for me if I can see it. There you go. Okay, just push it in. All right, go ahead and pull it in. Now push the yellow and let it fall down.